The video is intended for education and training of eye surgeon. Viewer discretion is advised, not recommended for children. Hello friends, I am Dr. Saurabh Patwardhan from Nandadeep Eye Hospital and Training Center, and in this exciting video I will be giving the answer to the quiz which I asked a couple of weeks back. It was a video on posterior capsular rupture, so let's start with that, and winners will be announced at the end of the video. But I must say all who participated did excellent job. I have slowed down the video to discuss the analysis, and the winners will get a gift from me soon, and those who have done good analysis will receive a certificate of appreciation. This was a very good surgical video because there are many mistakes which are done by the beginners, though this surgeon is having moderate experience in phaco, but many times in learning you miss certain things. So it is important to learn things in a systematic manner. You can see the surgeon is holding the instruments very close to the eye, and probably he is using higher vacuum than needed, but so you can see initially that the nucleus was moving when the trenching was done. At this point I feel that trenching is done quite well and it's adequate for this grade of cataract, which is around grade 2. So I think the further steps of trenching were a bit unnecessary. At this point I would have divided the nucleus into two halves and then I would have trenched further. But the surgeon decided to continue. So the importance of appropriate judgment of the depth is important. You can see the left hand movement the surgeon needs to practice. Though he has done quite a few number of surgeries, his left hand is little clumsy, and easiest ways to practice it is either you can do in wet lab or you can start doing the day-to-day activities by left hand, such as writing. Just write a paragraph with left hand every day. You can see here that the left side port incision is leaking because the Sinskey is pressing it down, and also because the surgeon is holding the Sinskey very close to the eye, the surgeon cannot maneuver it well. Now here for this kind of grade we don't need a wide trench. So for softer cataract it's better to have a narrower trench so that you can get hold of the nucleus. And now you can see here, this is the cardinal mistake. The trenching is being done more in the periphery. You can see the red reflex which is seen more so in the periphery than the center, indicating that the surgeon is going deeper in the periphery rather than the center. Now here I think the surgeon tried to do the chop and then left it because he was not too sure, and probably now he decided to go ahead with again trenching. Still he is attempting to chop, I guess, because you can see that there was higher vacuum which was there, and there was a dilemma in surgeon's mind how to go ahead. It happens many times. If you don't have a particular plan for that cataract, you get into dilemma and you kind of do half-hearted attempts for either chopping or for trench divide, and then you may get stuck. So here the surgeon has decided to go back to trenching, but now he is trenching quite in the periphery. You can see the probe is moving away from the safe central 4mm zone. It is now in the 5 or 6mm zone, and you can see it's almost punching through the posterior plate in the periphery by looking at the red glow. Now the surgeon has decided to do the 4-quadrant technique. Now this grade of cataract, I think we need narrow trenches. We don't need very wide trenches. And when you divide the two instruments, the Sinskey and the probe should reach the floor of the trench, which is very important. And still you can see the surgeon is trying to trench in the periphery, almost creating a hole, but so far I think there is no posterior capsular rupture. And now he is trying to push very hard in order to get a deeper trench probably, but that is not the right way to do. While doing trenching, there should not be any push on the nucleus. And now you can see the Sinskey is not properly placed, it's superficially placed, and that means that he will not be able to divide the nucleus properly. And because of that, he again starts trenching further again in the periphery, and this is the point where he punches a hole in the posterior plate. Does this lead to posterior capsular opening? I am not very sure, but definitely the technique is wrong, and such a technique is going to result in more complications. Now here the surgeon is trying hard to divide the nucleus, but again the placement of the probe and the Sinskey is not proper, it's too superficial, and still division is not achieved. And you can clearly see here that the central part of the nucleus, the trench is not deep enough, while in the periphery it has gone deeper. This is very common mistake and most common cause for posterior capsular rupture in trench and divide technique. Now here the surgeon is having difficulty in rotation. So is the posterior capsule rupture already there? Any difficulty in rotation gives suspicion of rupture, and another punch through the posterior plate. And now the surgeon is trying to divide, and finally he could get a crack. You can see the central part is still attached. So he is now trying to divide the other quadrants, again pushing the nucleus down significantly here, and now I could feel that the nucleus has started to tilt, and this is the final blow, I think, where there was a punch through the posterior plate. You can see brighter red reflex through that area and a punch also there, and the surgeon could get the division here, but now I feel the signs of posterior capsular opening have started coming. You can feel that there is some tilt in the nucleus at this point, and the surgeon is still not aware and continues to trench further in order to divide it, and you can clearly see that the nucleus on the left side is in a deeper plane as compared to the nucleus on the right side. These are the subtle changes. So at this point the posterior capsule appears ruptured, but the antehyaloid is still holding up. Again the nucleus rotation is a bit troublesome. You can see the tilt even more evident now. You can see the pole from the left side. The pole of the nucleus is coming up gradually. You can see here, and now the nucleus is definitely tilted in the inferior area. It's kind of dipping down, and when you visualize the superior pole which is coming, towards the center, it indicates that the nucleus is dipping down in the inferior part. The surgeon has not noticed it yet and continues. And because there is a posterior capsular rupture in this particular area, the surgeon is not getting any support for doing the trench division, and that's why the nucleus is being pushed whenever the surgeon is trying to divide. And now the surgeon decides to chop, so he raises the bottle-light. You can see the deepening of the AC just before this. And now the chop is planned by the surgeon, tries to bury, couldn't bury. Just preparing to chop, but there is no substance to bury the phaco tip here. Again tries to do the division, but yeah, this is the point. Now the nucleus is being pushed over the anterior hyaloid here, because that area of the posterior capsule is already ruptured, and because of non-existing PC there is no support while dividing the nucleus here. And you can see the nucleus is getting pushed over the anterior hyaloid here. And now you will find that the surgeon was able to divide the nucleus here, and now the surgeon is doing all the desperate attempts to do the quadrant removal and divide, and finally with his attempts the center also cracks now. Surgeon is lucky that nucleus hasn't dropped yet, probably because of the strong hyaloid, and now there is pupillary snap indicating further enlargement of the posterior capsular rupture and rupture of probably the anterior hyaloid as well. This is a very classic pupillary snap sign, and surgeon realizes something is wrong. Probably he suspected that there is a posterior capsular rupture, but he came out without maintaining the anterior chamber. He is, I think, still wishfully thinking that everything is okay. He just needs to go ahead and complete the phaco. But if you go back and see the pupillary snap, I think that was a very classical sign indicating the posterior capsular rupture. Now the surgeon is just checking if the pieces are divided well, so he wants to take it out. Is he looking for the posterior capsular rupture? I am not sure, but he is definitely rotating the nuclear pieces to do the quadrant removal. So there he goes again, planning to take out all the quadrants, and still the nucleus hasn't dropped completely. But here he tries to remove the nuclear piece, and you can see again there is a pupillary snap. So this particular nuclear piece is already over the anterior hyaloid and probably losing the support very rapidly, but this piece is over the posterior capsule, which is still intact partially, so the surgeon could take it out of the bag and emulsify. Now you will find, now onwards, though there is an inferior posterior capsular rent, it is getting plugged in between by the large quadrant, and whenever the posterior capsular rent is plugged by the nucleus, the rest of the chamber will behave as if there is no posterior capsular rupture, So you may see good fallibility whenever the breech posterior capsule is being plugged by the nucleus piece. And it's a big chunk which is in the inferior part, which is plugging the rupture there. And now the surgeon is trying to remove the same piece, and the moment he tries to take it out, the PC will be exposed, the ruptured PC will be exposed. He is trying to chase the same piece again and again. In this case, probably the vitreous is well formed, and that's why still there is no nucleus drop. You can see how peripherally the piece is getting pushed. That is the piece which is plugging the rupture of the posterior capsule. So fortunately for the surgeon, it continues to stay there, and surgeon could remove the other piece. You can see the wrinkling of PC now very clearly. That is because the PC is now ruptured in one side, so there will be some redundancy in the rest of the posterior capsule because it is not continuous. The surgeon is making desperate attempts now to emulsify the pieces, but still, because the nucleus piece was plugging the ruptured PC, you could see that the fallibility was there. And now here the surgeon tries to take this piece out. So actually the piece was dipping down over the anterior hyaloid, and it was taken out by the surgeon. And as soon as the surgeon emulsifies or tries to emulsify this piece completely, the PC is going to open further. But still, look at the fortune that the piece was plugging this capture and it was not dropping into the vitreous completely, but it was staying in the anterior vitreous there. Thus the surgeon could remove rest of the pieces. So the surgeon was lucky here, and now he tries to go for this piece, but now he realizes that it's already into the anterior vitreous. That's why he held the PC, and now you could see the vitreous is getting aspirated. So surgeon has pulled up the vitreous now, because it was the nucleus piece which was plugging or which was lying over the vitreous. Now it is taken out, and he just removes the probe without forming the anterior chamber. So that was my analysis, and the purpose of the video was to teach the art of analysis. I hope you enjoyed. And these are the prize winners: Dr. Pratik Jain from Global Hospital Institute, Rajasthan; Dr. Ajay BS from Bangalore; Dr. Abhijit from Tirunelveli; and Dr. Vaibhav Nagpal from GNEC New Delhi. All of them did brilliant job, and I too learned a lot from their analysis. So congratulations to all the winners. Apart from them, there were many who did excellent analysis. Dr. Manisha Jayasundara from Sri Lanka, Saurabh Agarwal, Sashikala Abdul Kabir, Amr Off from Germany, Dhanashri Kalve, Kailash Prasad, Heram Bhole. They also did very well, analyzed the case beautifully, and I am sure they will do excellent in their careers. Dr. Rasika Thakur, Apur Bharadwaj, Deepak Rao, Saugata Poddar, Vijay Shinde, they all will receive certificates for excellent analysis and understanding of the surgical aspects of the video. Praful Nakar, Dravi Daruka, Smiti Jial, Tejas Vispute, Ajay Shah, Ahmad Kheriatman, Rishi Tripathi, Sujit Murde, Sumit Chatterjee, Madhusmita Barua Deka, Mohammad Modres, Amar Isid, Timchuk Christian, Kerala Povich, Sahil Manek, Charushila Dudule, Ankush Agarwal, Afsin Aga, Pratik Dodal, Nikunj Bhatt, Jahangir, Kunal Vikram Singh, all of them attempted and did beautiful job. I am thankful to many participants who mailed me and appreciated my YouTube channel, and I am really grateful that you complimented my efforts to share my knowledge, and I hope that I will continue to do that and it will help you. All the best to all of you, and I hope you enjoyed this activity and will do more in future. Do stay tuned and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much.